Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will learn the next important topic of the reservations, which is evaluations for reservations. So here we will learn about the reservation list Tcode MB25, how to use it, then how to set movement allowed indicator for several reservations using the managed reservations transaction code MBVR, and how to delete several reservations using the Tcode MBVR, and also how to post goods movements for several reservations in one step using the picking list MB26. And also we have important exercises on the topic of reservations. That is how to create a reservation manually and post transfer posting with reference to the reservation. How to set final issue indicator manually after issuing partial quantity of a reservation. How to post transfer posting for several reservations in one step using MB26, how to create our own layout to display reservations with movement allowed and final issue indicator in MB25, how to set movement allowed indicator automatically for several reservations using MBVR, and how to delete several old reservations using the reservation list MBVR. Since uh, these exercises will take their own time, I have decided to make separate videos after this evaluations for reservation video. So please don't forget to watch my next videos on these exercises. But this video I am just going to explain you only briefly about these four important topics. Okay, now let us start this one. The first thing what we will learn here is the reservation list using the transaction code MB25. So here, this MB25 reservation list is used to display the list of reservations based on some criteria like material number, requirement date, username who has created the reservation, goods recipient, and account assignment category if the reservation is subject to some account assignment. And also here in the reservation list MB25, we can also select like open reservations, reservations for receipts, reservations for issues, etc. So let me take you to the SAP screen here. For example, uh, this is MB25 transaction code. It comes under logistics, material management, inventory management, reservation list. Let us go to MB25 here. So here we can display the list of reservations based on our input criteria. It can be like the material number, it can be the plant, it can be the requirement date, it can be the username. Okay, and if it is subject to account assignment, we can also input the cost center and other things. Okay, so here under the scope of list, we can select open reservations, cancelable reservations, goods movement not possible, issues, receipts. Okay, so here, for example, I want to see the list of reservations for this material RS-10005 for my plant 9110. I will input my material number and plant, and the system will display the list of the reservations. Okay, and from this reservation list, if I want to display individual reservation, I can just double click here. For example, I want to see the first reservation, just double click on the reservation number and you can see the reservation. Okay, and if you want to go for date, click here and you can see all the details here. Okay, about the reservation list MB25. The next thing, the next important topic here is uh, set movement allowed indicator for several reservations using manage reservations transaction code MBVR. So here one important point we should know, when we create reservations, we can decide whether the movement allowed indicator is to be set for the items. Why? Because if you want to book goods movements for a reservation item, we must set this indicator. If the reservation is for a later date, then we can create the reservation without checking the movement allowed indicator. Okay, so this one we know very well. If the reservations, we are going to create or for some later date, maybe for next month or maybe after 2 months, then no need to check the movement allowed indicator. Okay, like that. And also, if there are some reservations for which movement allowed indicator is not checked, okay, and business wants movement allowed indicator to be set, then we can do it for all such reservations in one step. This is normally done for reservations whose requirement date lies in the near future, like within the next 10 days. So what we can do, we can search those reservations whose requirement date is in the next 10 days using the reservation list transaction code MB25 and export the list as Excel and input those reservations in MBVR and set the movement allowed indicator. Now, for example, I have one reservation here 72556. Okay, let me display here. Let us go to the SAP screen here. Let me MB23 display the reservation 72556. Okay, so this is my reservation here. So for this reservation, I can see here the movement allowed indicator is not checked, and the requirement date is 1st of December 2025. Okay, and I have one more reservation. I will display 72557. So for this movement allowed indicator is not set, and the requirement date is 1st of December 2025, which is tomorrow. So now if I want to set this movement allowed indicator, right, what I can do, I can do it in one step. So how? I have to go to MBVR transaction code here, in SAP ECC6 screen, go to MBVR, and here what you do, you have to select the goods movement to be allowed, and then you have to input the plant here. What plant? 9110 and receiving storage location 3000. Okay, so here if I put this receiving plant and receiving storage location and select these two checkboxes, and here my require base date I can set it as within this 3011, no issues. The system will display those reservations for which movement allowed indicator is not set. And here you can see here movement allowed new means this movement allowed indicator is going to be set for these reservations because it is not set as of now. So how to set it in one step? I can just there is a button here called select all. Just click here, and if I click here, you will get the message changes have been made. Okay, so now if I display these reservations, for example, 72 display the reservation 72556. See here, movement allowed is set here automatically. Okay, 2557 display you enter here. I can see movement allowed is already set here. So before, okay, I did this, before I completed this, I set this movement allowed indicator. The movement allowed indicator was not set for these two reservations. Okay, that is the second important, okay, topic of this, manage our evaluations for reservations. Now the third thing, what we learn here is how to delete mass reservations using the MBVR T code. Let us say for any plant, right? If there are reservations, which are very old and not required and they have to be deleted, then, we can use this, MBVR transaction code to delete those reservations in single step. Okay. And also we can, first, take the list of those old reservations for our plant and storage location using the MB25 transaction code, export them using the Excel list, and then copy those reservations and put them in MBVR and delete those reservations. Okay, for example, here let us say in my case, for our plant 1000 and receiving storage location 0001, we have some old, very old reservations which have to be deleted. Okay, so what I can do? I can go to this MBVR T code, just input our receiving plant, receiving storage location and execute. Get the system will display the list of old reservations, and we can select whichever reservations we want to delete and just click on save. The system will, delete those reservations. Okay, let me take you to the SAP screen and show you how to do it. For example, I am in this, MBVR manage reservation here, transaction code. So here, what I will do, so I have to first, put my plant. Receiving plant is 1000, storage location is 0001. So here what I will do, I will select delete or set deletion indicator. Okay, and just click on this, test, check the test run box. Only I am going to select delete or set deletion indicator and test run checkboxes. Okay, and put my receiving plant and receiving storage location and the base date, and I will execute. The system will display the list of all the old reservations. See, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 reservations. Okay, for which is the requirement date is very old, 1995, 96, 97. Okay, almost around like this is 10 years old. Okay, this is 9 years. Okay, and here it is uh, something like this is 1997, very old. All these are very old reservations. How to delete them? Just click on the select all button and save. Okay, as soon as you click save, here all these reservations will be deleted, because the requirement is to delete. Here we can see here. Okay, just select all and save. The system will automatically delete all these old reservations. Okay, but I am not going, that we will take up. Okay, that is the next important thing we will learn in this evaluations for reservations. So the next thing is here, picking list for reservations. So what is this picking list? MB26. We can post goods movements for several reservations in one step using the picking list MB26. How? Because right, if we post the goods movement for each and every reservation, right, then we have to go to the MIGO transaction code. Okay, select the transfer posting or whatever it is, and select the reservation, then put the reservation number, enter. Okay, and do it manually. It will take lot of time. So if we have several reservations for any plant, okay, for which this moment has to be posted, no need to go to MeGo and post the reservation one by one. Instead, what we can do, we can go to the picking list for reservations using MB26 transaction code and post the goods moments for all those reservations in single step. Okay, so how? Let me take you to the SAP screen here. Okay, let me take you here. Here, we can see here, transaction code MB26. Just click on MB26. Here, you just put your plant and receiving storage location. Okay. Then if you want, you can also put the material number. But I am going to, just put my plant and storage location and execute. Okay. No goods movement can be selected. Here, the storage location is not the receiving storage location. It is the issuing storage location. Yeah. Put your plant and the issuing storage location, and see the system will display the list of all the reservations. Okay, for which goods movement is not yet posted here. We can see here, see the completed, here it is the complete column is totally blank here. So it is not checked. That means goods movement is not yet completed, and we can also see the reservation numbers here in this column, all these reservations. So now if I want to post the goods movement for all these reservations. How I can do it in one step? Here in the down, there is a button here, select all. Just it will select all, and here click on save or post button. The system will post the goods movement for all these reservations in only one single step. Okay, but I'm not going to post it now. Just I have shown you how to do it in one single step. Okay, so that is how to post the goods movement for several reservations in one step. And also here, if I want to, split this, what do you call, this reservation quantity, I can also do it. Okay, I'm going to again. Okay, if I click here, deselect, it will deselect. See, if it will select. If I click on it will deselect. Okay, for example, this reservation. Okay, so let me just, scroll to the little bit here, right? Okay, so here I will reduce the column space here so that, will be able to see the reservation number also. So yeah, I can see the reservation number also here. Okay, see, for example, here, uh, this reservation 72556. Okay, this reservation, for example, okay, before posting the goods movement, okay, I want to, split the quantity. How I can do it? So you can see here. Let me take you to the my here notes here. Here, split the quantity. Here, you can select the reservation and from the top, edit splitting. See here, select the reservation here and edit splitting. See here, I can put for what partial quantity I want to post the goods movement for this reservation. The quantity is 20, but I want to, do the transfer posting for 10 quantity or 5 quantity. Now, just, put that partial quantity and click on adapt here. Okay. So then what I can see here, it is, earlier the quantity was 20 for the reservation. Now I can see two lines, 10 and 10. So now I want to post, I want to post this reservation only for 10 quantity. I select this 10 and see here 10 and click on post. That means I have posted only partial quantity for the reservation and the remaining partial quantity of 10 will be still open. Okay. So that is, we can also post partial quantities for reservations and in only one step. For example, let us say other reservation also 7 to 598. 7 to this 5, I already splitted this one. For example, 7 to 601. For example, here the quantity is 10. Okay, I want to post only for 5 quantity. So here go to edit splitting. Okay, so here put the partial quantity which you want. Okay, so then after this one, you can do, you can select only this 5 quantity. Here only 10 quantity. Okay, you can do it for several reservations. Okay, for other reservations also, if you want to post partial quantity, select that particular reservation and click on edit splitting and put the partial quantity which you want to post and then select those lines of the reservations for which you want to post partial quantity and click on post or save button. Okay, that is how to post partial quantity for several reservations in one step. And also you can print the this list of the reservations. For example, here pick list. How you can go to list and print. See, you can print this list of the reservations here. Okay, and also if you want to change the layout here, you can click here and add new fields. Okay, in this output here, you can just select those fields and for example, you want to uh, display some other extra fields also if they are there in that particular reservation and select that particular field, for example, like goods recipient. Okay, and click here the and then you can save this layout as a new layout. Then the system will display that particular field also in this goods movement list when you print. Okay, So that is the other important thing on this, how to post the reservations. That means we can also print the list of the reservations for which we are going to post the goods moment for such reservations. Okay, so this is about the next topic of reservations, which is evaluations for reservations. In my next video, I will do some important exercises on reservations, which are very important from the point of reservations. Okay, so these important exercises are, like, how to create a reservation manually and post the transfer posting with reference to the reservation. Then how to set final issue indicator manually after issuing partial quantity of a reservation. Then how to post transfer posting for several reservations in one step using the picking list MB26, which just now we have seen. Then how to create our own layout to display the reservations with movement allowed and final issue indicator in MB25. This is the important video you can watch. Okay. How to set movement allowed indicator automatically for several reservations and how to delete several old reservations using MBVR. I am going to make separate videos for all this, because if I do these exercises also in the same video, the video will become longer. So thank you for watching my video and see you in my next video on the other important point of reservations, which is the exercises on reservations. See you till then.